I'm guessing the people of Japan was thinking like this. Alright people, come on, think of ideas. What is a good anime to frickin' have like a revenge story or something? What about a revenge story with vampires? Is anyone getting this? Come on, man! Write this shit down! Write this shit down! We need it ASAP! This has to become an anime! Yes! Great idea, new guy! Maybe something like that. Hello people of YouTube, 'tis I once more, the Crimson Assassin, here, returning once at last to give you another anime review, and it's been a while. I've missed you guys. I really missed you guys. Yes, with the cold striking me, I mean, like, I was pretty freaking sick for the past week, and I was being hooked up on more homework assignments. I have returned in 2 weeks, and here today to give you another anime review. It has been quite some time. It's been a while since I've done an anime review. Thank God I'm here at last. And today we're going to be here talking about a very almost sleeper hit of 2014 and 2015, because this anime has 2 freaking seasons, and this anime became hugely successful, widely popular, and one of my friends really wanted me to watch this anime. She really did. She begged me to watch this anime, and I'm like, fine, I'll watch it. The anime we are talking about here is Seraph of the End. And oh boy. So the story of Seraph of the End basically follows Yu Hyakuya, who is a part of this orphanage, who is an orphan and lived in this orphanage for basically his entire childhood life. Well, these freaking beings known as vampires, come in and basically kill all the adults with this virus, but sparing the young children as they use them as livestock. So it's from then that Yu's family decides that they wanted to try to escape this whole freaking laboratory, or almost freaking like city that his family has been there for over 2 years. So he decides, or his family, or one of his family members decides, let's try to sneak out and let's get the hell out of here. So it's from then on, apparently, that as they were trying to escape, Hugh's family dies. Literally, this is like the entire first episode, by the way. So Hugh's family dies, and now he's hooked up on revenge, and he wants to kill all the vampires. And thus the story of Seraph of the End begins as he travels with, he meets up with this guy named Gurren, and he fucking trains and tries to kill vampires. Yeah, okay. The story... we'll get to that in a little bit, but first of all, coming into this anime, I did not know what to expect, okay? It could be a hit or miss, it could be really good. Now, I know people of YouTube about its manga. In fact, the manga, I believe is still ongoing, and that it is still, in process and development, and that my thoughts are pertaining to the anime. This is the anime review, not the manga, okay? The manga, I believe, is still ongoing and is still a work in progress. But this is the anime review. Here's what I have to let people know. This is the anime review of Seraph of the End, not the manga. So what I say about Seraph of the End pertains to the anime, not its manga. Please keep that in mind. And while I'm in the subject of talking about Seraph of the End before I get into my actual review, I want to make note that I'm giving this anime 2 different scores. This is the thing I've only done twice. This is if you have not known, my One Punch Man is the first one I gave it 2 separate scores. This one I'm giving 2 separate scores. Mainly because the first and second season, to be honest, of Seraph of the End are completely different and completely, in my opinion, completely different from one another, because there are great qualities that were in the second season that not present in the first season. The first season left a kind of bitter taste in my mouth, but the second season really did lighten up my mood. And keep in mind, guys, what I say is my opinion. Okay, it's my opinion, it's my review, it's what I do. That's number one. Number two, what I say for both seasons kind of jumbled in together, and I had to give it two separate scores. And last but not least, I will kind of be spoiling a couple things about Seraph of the End, so I'm going to give a minor spoiler warning for those of you who have not seen Seraph of the End. Keep that in mind as well. So without any further delay, what are the good qualities and what are the bad qualities of Seraph of the End? Well, for starters, we always talk about the pros. The pros being is that the animation done by Wit Studios is phenomenal. I love the animation done for Seraph of the End. I think that it's, it has a lot of, good color tones with pretty solid character designs and very, very satisfying action scenes, which we'll also get into that. The action in the anime is flawless, okay? And it has weight and it has tension and it's really solid. The action in the anime is kind of what kept me hooked on the anime, okay? The reason why I keep coming back for Seraph of the End is to look at its fantastic action scenes. Another great quality about Seraph of the End was the English dub done by Funimation. I thought that the English dub for Seraph of the End was phenomenal. A few standout performances goes to Micah Solon, or Solomon, I forgot how you pronounce it, but I believe his first name is Micah. He is the voice role who did Soul Eater from Soul Eater. And it's such a breath of fresh air because I almost never hear his voice, and now hearing it again in Seraph of the End, was completely shocking. I really did love the English voice actor for the main character, Yu. I thought he did a fantastic job. Also with Eric Vale, Monica Rial, a few, of course, the main staple character for Funimation. Which, come on, man, for Funimation is what you have to expect at this moment. Funimation's voice acting is just fantastic. The English dub for Seraph of the End is a must-watch. One cool thing about this anime that I have to give it props is the meaning of death. That death really did have meaning and had such impact for the characters of the anime, particularly Yu and his team, on the fact that you get an understanding on what motivated them onto joining this black or moon demon company and tries to kill off all the vampires. You get an understanding, and the bond that Yu shares with his team is very well done, very fleshed out, and you can all sense that the team that Yu is in has very strong camaraderie, in that you feel a strong bond and connection with these five characters. That being Yu, the purple-haired girl named Shinoa, Yuichi, Kamizuki, and the blonde girl, I forgot her fucking name. But those five characters share one of the strongest bonds in the entire anime. I felt like you feel a really sense of connection with these characters. And speaking of characters, the characters range from being pretty badass to being which is basically kind of one of my faults with the first season. We'll get into that. One other thing about this anime that I have to also give credit to is the theme. The theme of family. And that, your family will always be together and you always protect one another. I felt that this anime had a really strong theme about family. And the message that this anime gives out, especially kind of towards the end of the anime, you really feel a sense that these people are just one big giant family. And I really appreciate that they actually took the time to do that. The theme of the anime is solid. They show that prevalently throughout the anime. Now we get into the bad things about Seraph of the End. What were the bad things? Unfortunately, the story. The story of the anime is completely cliche. It is, okay? It is your stereotypical fucking revenge story, only with vampires. This is literally it. In fact, I dare anyone, okay? I freaking dare, and I'm gonna say it right now. if this anime didn't have vampires and had like some other like race or whatever, nothing would have changed. Literally, in this anime, you know, it has vampires in it. Duh, they suck blood and they kill humans, and you know, they treat humans one another, and you know, humans and vampires having war and shit. I mean, come on, man, that alone is cliche. But I bet you if that they had chosen like a different like alien race, like almost like, you know, Martians or fucking I don't know, anything else other than vampires, like werewolves or something, nothing would have changed about its story. So I kind of beg the diff. I kind of beg to differ. If this anime, you know, could have chosen any like alien, like werewolf or whatever, why it had to be vampires? I'm wondering about that, because literally, if this wasn't freaking vampires, nothing about it would have fucking changed. In fact, it probably wouldn't even make a difference, because everything probably would have happened. You still could have had the shit that was happening. You still could have. I'm sorry, I just had to let that one out there. Okay, you can call that a nitpick, which I am calling it a nitpick, but it's besides the point. Another issue about this anime was its first season. Now, I get it. It's supposed to introduce the characters, it's supposed to introduce their backstory, and it was supposed to introduce a lot of things. But the key thing that really kind of irritated me about its first season was you, the main character. Like, he's like a mixed bag. At moments, you could really root for him, but at times, you're just like, ugh, this guy. Especially the first season. And in fact, he kind of like goes through like this big, huge like character change, and like he becomes like, you know, like this pretty dynamic character. Like, he does change by the end of the anime, but his actions at the beginning, oh my lord. Oh, I want to protect, I want to get revenge for my family, and I gotta do it all alone, and I gotta do it without anyone's help, and, you know, the fucking, you know, team is like, no, come on, you have to do this, we're doing this as a team, we gotta do it as a team, as together, because we're family. Oh my god, shut up. I know I'm probably not making sense at this moment, but you would understand where I'm coming from if you had seen the anime. And also, some characters didn't get enough screen time or get enough development to really kind of make me kind of give a damn. Besides the strong bond that the 5 characters share in Seraph of the End, there's one member, in fact, there's kind of 2 members of that team that were kind of swept under the rug. And that's Shinoa and the blonde girl. I forgot her fucking name. Damn it, someone put a comment down below. But they could have used more backstory. Hell, the 3 males of that team had backstory, like Kamizuki and like Yuichi. Which, by the way, they're pretty solid characters, and also, they're pretty fucking cliche, but they're pretty solid characters as well. And, but those 2 characters, Shinoa and the blonde girl, could have used more development and could have used a little more screen time. Especially the blonde one, because we barely know kind of anything about her. In fact, there was something kind of revealed at the end that they didn't really, move forward on. But that's, there are a lot of things about this anime, okay? There's some characters could have used more development than others. Also, don't get me freaking started on the freaking Deus Ex Machina, the freaking bullshit that gets these characters out of trouble. Oh my god. Anime is notorious, especially the shonen genre of anime is well known for kind of doing a cop-out. Oh, it's prevalently shown in animes, even the huge animes like freaking Bleach and Naruto and freaking One Piece and Fairy Tail. They're very well known for playing with Deus Ex Machina and freaking having bullshit save them. But this anime just fucking takes it to another level on bullshit saving the character. I mean, wow. You mean to tell me that if you would have done that thing at that moment, at that point, you could have freaking just forget that everything would have happened and just fucking move on? Don't get me started on that. Especially, don't get me started on its ending. Now, I get it. The manga is still going on. It wasn't at that point when it was making the anime. I understand. But it's still an issue. The ending, it's a cliffhanger, okay? Freaking, and not to mention that the ending is a time skip. The ending is a time skip. What the hell? Okay, I'm sorry. I'm ranting at this point, but you kind of understand where I'm coming from here. The ending of the anime, I can't reveal it. It'll spoil possibly everything. But let's just say the ending of the anime feels a lot like a certain other anime that I saw a long time ago. Also, speaking of other animes I've seen from a long time ago, I feel like this anime kind of takes other elements from other animes and just slap it into one. Like, let's face it. This anime, straight from the end, is Bleach meets Soul Eater meets Hellsing Ultimate. It's like those three things compiled into one. Hellsing because of vampires, Bleach because of freaking the weapons, and third being the weapons are like spirits or demons or whatever, okay? But I'm not talking about Seraph of the End. Is it bad? Absolutely not. This anime is not bad at all. Just that there's a lot of faults and a lot of cons with this anime. But I am going to give it two separate scores, and I'm going to judge basically the first and second season because I kind of like the second season way better than I like the first season, even though the second season left that fucking cliffhanger ending. But in the second season, it had more bonding moments with characters. In fact, it shined lights on some characters, and the fact that the second season, you know, does feel like a continuation. I did like that. And the first season is kind of just meh. Okay, it was average. So, compiling this up, trying to balance and weigh this anime, I'm giving Seraph of the End Season 1 a 5.5 out of 10. Meh, it's okay. The second season gets a solid 7 out of 10, mainly because I like the things that were introduced in the second season, and in fact, if they were to keep exploring that thing in its third season, which rumor has it supposed to come in 2016, if they really explore more of the story and more of the thing, in fact, maybe the story could be less cliche if it does have a third season or something, but you know what? I'm gonna stop talking about Seraph of the End. Just one thing. If I were to compile this up into just one big fucking review score without just reviewing the